out of silk and terry cloth. Hey,
I like it. I like it. Hey, it's Cigar Saturday live. I'm Tom Fisher. We got Matty Rock there at Sanja's, joined by Paul Turpanjian from he's a publisher of Dining Out Jersey. And you guys are actually in Jersey.
we are indeed. Paul and I are right here at Sanja's. Sanja has a charity event going on today. Doors closed in the back because it's a little bit noisy back there. So this charity event was for one of our fallen friends. So all the proceeds of that charity are going to go to their granddaughter. So we're all together doing our thing. So a little bit of a solemn note on that, but you'll see a lot of people walking back and forth through the door. So that's what's going on back there, brother.
Right on, man. It's so sorry to hear about that, but it's good to see everybody to get joined together. And again, we're glad to be here with you tonight for Cigar Saturday Live. Take a moment, like this, share it, let everybody know, because we're talking about all the great food, cuisine, maybe even some cocktails in New Jersey. It's Dining Out Jersey tonight's the conversation. So what's happening, guys? Tell us what's I know the food scene, because Matty's shown me a lot of the food scene, or some of it there, of course, in the area. What are the latest, greatest new spots to eat, or where have you guys been eating lately?
I'm gonna let Paul lead into that. So he's kind of my, because we know I'm Husky Aquaman for a reason. So all over the years has put out Dining Out New Jersey. That really goes out, opens up, talks about some new exciting restaurants that have just opened. Also talks about ones that have been here that are staples to the community. And you get a little bit more meat and potatoes. You saw that pun, by the way, meat and potatoes, where you get to talk to the chefs and the people who are active in the industry. And it's really, really important. Like I said, you know me, I'm a hyper-local guy. I believe in community, and I believe in everything else. And that's really what Paul is doing and Paul has done with his people. So everybody, if you're not finding out, if you're in the tri-state area, you know you're coming into Jersey, you're definitely going to want to check it out. And then going to let Paul lead into that. Let them know what they need to know, Paul. Tell them about Dining Out Jersey, where they can find you online, the magazine, and some upcoming events.
Yeah, well, Dining Out Jersey, go diningoutjersey.com. But we also, distribute all over at different retailers, restaurants, gourmet shops, liquor stores, a lot of different places. But yeah, we were around, obviously during COVID, the restaurant industry got hit the hardest, and we were always supporting the restaurants during that time. And it's true, people do want to get back out. And even now, with things feeling like they're a lot better, it's not 100%, because there's a few people, you still see people driving with masks on by themselves in the car, so there's still a little bit of nervousness out there, which, is understandable. But most people want to get back out again. And now with so many outdoor places, and now the weather's great, even in the winter. But now each town is starting to come down on these restaurants, which is unfair, because after all they've been through, they should allow them to keep the outdoor dining a little bit longer. But there's so many great places, Matty and I actually, and a few other guys, recently went outside at a patio at RP Prime. It's a steakhouse in Mahwah, New Jersey, which was a really good place. And we were able to eat and have a cigar out there, because that's the other benefit about outdoor dining. And there's a lot of great restaurants and some new places opening, and some of the staples, like we said, that you can enjoy. Some places you can enjoy the cigar with it. Some places you have to enjoy the cigar after. But it's always a good night out, and have some bourbon too.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And so there are some places that, and maybe we should talk about that too, that where you can actually smoke a good cigar or something. Restaurant wise, is it and establishment wise, is it pretty friendly to those that enjoy smoking?
Where are you?
Well, I'm not in Jersey. I'm in the border of Indiana and Kentucky.
On the border of Indiana and Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
But for us, like I said, some of the rules, New Jersey's a tricky place, Fred.
Yep.
There's looking for restaurants where you could dine and do that. Obviously, the JR Cigar in Whippany has a full restaurant, a full bar for people looking to be able to dine and smoke. There's Sophia's. I think that's in.
Well, there's two places that are grandfathered in Bourbon County, New Jersey, to allow smoking and eating establishments. And that,
nice.
Like Matty was saying, Sophia's a nice cigar bar downstairs, and the Brick House in Wyckoff also has a great cigar bar. So that's a nice place. So you can really get some nice food, that great ventilation, and it's a really nice atmosphere to enjoy.
That's excellent. No, and and we've been able to travel and check out some really great places with Matty, and so I feel like I'm there in spirit. Matty, that I love that pizza place we went to.
Oh yeah, so we did King
Oh,
Chili's.
usually it's
So we had to
good.
go. We had to do
Super
King
So
Chili's.
amazing.
You had to do the meatball, the homemade meatball pizza because you have to do that. King Chili's, if you're listening during the week, I'm feeling that I need my meatball pizza fix.
Yeah.
It's one of those necessary
It's
fixes.
a legendary place. During COVID, there
So
was a lot.
good. Oh, so and they had what's interesting is they had a slice of Kentucky in there because you could order Kentucky Derby pie on the menu.
See, they knew you'd be coming. It was done
They
in your
knew I
honor.
was coming. I love it. All right. Well, we had to mention, and I think someone else may have asked already. People can see what a cool shirt Matty Rock has on, but what is that? I know we can kind of see it. What is it, Matty?
So we got like I said, I pretend to be the big man with the Playboy centerfolds on there.
Those are like historic Playboy centerfolds.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know me, I'm very, my style is very demure and muted. So I know everybody's surprised that I would wear stuff like that.
Right.
But really not so much.
Well, I like it. And so coincidentally, Playboy just released, well, they released a tequila about 1.5 years ago or so with Codijou, but they just released a new bourbon, and we sent some of our team to their launch there in Chicago. It's finished in used cognac casks. Really good stuff.
So your overall thoughts on it were a plus?
Yeah, really good bourbon, very limited. They're going to be doing some other upcoming. I think they're going to have a Scotch release and some other ones, but really interesting. Playboy spirits, actually. They have their own spirits now. So but there's nothing on the other side. You can't open the shirt up and then you see the magazine, right? There's nothing on the. Well, there actually is something even better than a centerfold. There's Matty Rock inside. That's what there is.
Look, if there was the real stuff on the inside, I love you, buddy, but I'd be staring into the shirt. I'd be doing other things. I love you, but that was a real thing. I have to do what I got to do.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Everybody's having a good time. Tell us down below what you're smoking, sipping, maybe one of your favorite restaurants in New Jersey.
Tom,
for those that
favorite with the fingers, instead of dine out New Jersey, it's dining out New Jersey.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let me get that right. Dining out. I don't want to rename you. Dining out
Jersey.
Dining out Jersey. Got it. There it is. Whoa, look. Boom.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There.
Dining out Jersey. Excellent.
So we heard you wanted an Indian here, Sanj.
An Indian.
Where do you like to dine out, Sanj? Do you have any favorite places nearby?
Listen, I'm vegetarian, Tom. So for me, menu is very limited.
Right.
But I'm good with, sometimes occasionally French fries and cheese. That's my thing.
Right.
I like French fries and cheese.
That show?
Hey, look, Sanj just had some great food for us there at Sanja's. The pizza and the other pasta. We've had some amazing food there at Sanja's that you've had delivered. I loved it. I think this food scene is great there.
Whenever guest comes, whatever they want, no restrictions on that. But it's and what I do is that's the only thing,
Absolutely. Oldest, I'm sure there's so many historic restaurants in Jersey. Is there an oldest or favorite that you have, Paul, that you that people get excited about visiting if they're visiting Jersey?
Oldest place.
Or most historic, whatever,
Historic, trying to think off my head. The Stony Hill Inn was a historic landmark, but they just recently closed, unfortunately. And then there's the Hohokusin.
Yep, there's the Hohokusin. So the building itself, and Tom, you and I have spoken about Hohokusin before. So the building itself is from the late 1700s. It's a historical landmark. Over the years, the types of food has changed. It's right now it's back to kind of I'll call it continental U.S. with a little bit of an Italian flavor to it. Probably one of my favorite places to go. Steak frites. Their steak frites is
one of my favorite appetizers there too. It's called the Devil's on Horseback.
Yep, with the figs.
They're steaks that are stuffed with goat cheese, wrapped in bacon, with a Dijon sauce over it. It's the most amazing.
Wow.
Of course, it's fried, which makes it much better.
And the word bacon. anything,
Never
right?
bacon, yeah.
So it's called the Devils on Horseback.
Yes.
Yeah, take a look. I sent it to you a while back. I'll shoot again. Look at the next time you and Annabelle are up. Take a look at Hokuson's. Like I said, they're great. They put the oyster after post COVID. They brought the oysters Rockefeller back. They crushed that too. And like I said, I'm a big steak frites kind of dude. So the steak frites it's on the money, man.
There's a place like Lido's too.
Yeah, and you have Lido's and Hack and Sack.
65, 70 years old.
That's kind of like that's one of the really cool things about this area, being a very, very small state. Between some of the upper counties like Bergen County and everything else, a lot of the history of state. Look, where I took you for hot dogs and hamburgers, Johnny and Hangie's has been around.
Oh yeah,
has been around since 1939.
Right.
So there's some of these places you go to. I mean, that are Hiram's, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. Even if you're like old Jewish delicatessen stuff, the kosher nash is, I think, 70 years, 72 years, something like that. So imagine, if you will, like a baby Katz. So everybody who talks about the quintessential New York Jewish deli, they talk about Katz. Well, now you have a smaller version of it right in Glen Rock.
Right.
So we've managed to keep all those historical places open, for years and years and years, and it keeps generations coming back. You saw where I was a couple of weeks ago. We're shooting south now, but Tony's Baltimore Grill, Mr. Tony, if you're listening, celebrating their 95th year.
Wow.
95 years is a long time. So,
That's a long time.
So the cool thing of going to there, we talk about community, is that you see grandparents with their kids and their grandkids, and you get to go back that many years. I know that's been enjoyed with their family. That's kind of the stuff of what makes a community a community. So, I totally dig stuff like that.
Great
Now that I
stuff.
mentioned that, if Mr. Tony, you're listening, with Paul sitting here too, Mr. Tony one day would like to have an event down there, and I believe he thinks Bourbon would be a good idea.
oh yeah.
Oh, guy,
Love
Tom.
it.
Wink, wink.
We can always make that happen. We can always bring some good bourbon along, maybe even something regional. Today, I'm actually sipping a little bit, and it not from Jersey, but not too far away. I wanted to do something East Coast in honor of this. Some Kings County, our friends there at Kings County in Brooklyn. So I know there are some excellent distilleries and breweries there in New Jersey as well. And we always enjoy seeing Matty, everything he's eating, how he's attacking the pizzas, and
There's nothing
your
great.
food photos are always the best, Matty.
Yeah.
I mean, you have food in a lot of your photos, no matter what you're doing, don't you?
Yeah. When you don't drink anymore, I find it. You have to change your vices up, right? So I'm like, I'm going to eat until I just pass out. So I do the goldfish where you keep sprinkling the food on the top. I'm going to keep going. So you make good food. I'm coming back to the top of the bowl.
Coming back for you. He's coming back. Any questions for Paul or Matty or anyone? Ask them below. I see some people already retweeting and sharing this, so thank you. So Paul, okay, so I know, like, we know about, well, in general, just all over the East Coast, the pizza is so good. I mean, I say this, we have some decent pizzerias around here, but Matty knows how much I like the pizza when I'm in that area. Anything that that differentiates New Jersey pizza from New York pizza?
That's a tough question. And there's so many types of pizza, even within one. I just like to say this. I call this pizza parlor pizza.
Yeah.
Then you got the old Neapolitan pizza, which is the brick oven and wood fire. Then you have your Sicilian. There's just so many different styles. The place we were talking about before, they've been there for about 65, 70 years.
Oh, so good.
Very thin crust pizza. It's so unique. Not overloaded with ingredients, but it has a lot of flavor. There's a place called Om that has very good Neapolitan pizza, which is very, classic. You have the place, one of my favorite places, Franco's Metro in Fort Lee. They have great pizza, farm pizza. So I like mine with vodka sauce, extra cheese.
Ooh, yeah, the vodka sauce. We don't even see that much around. We see the on pasta, but as far as pizza, I know that's bigger out there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. And now, okay, along the same lines, any particular, in addition to the pizza, any foods that maybe people have not heard about, or dishes that Jersey is really known for that maybe people outside of Jersey didn't know?
Taylor ham pork roll argument.
Well, the Taylor ham sandwich is always the best. Taylor ham, not pork roll.
Yeah. See, we say it again. You know, we've heard people like the Angry Italian Midget Pizza Taro think it's pork roll, but no. Up here in North Jersey, it's Taylor ham, and you laugh. It's New Jersey colloquial food, and literally it was created here back in 1858. John that I know Taylor ham
Trenton, yeah.
history, and then after that, you did have Trenton that called it that P word. But remember, John Taylor was already selling it as Taylor ham for close to 4 decades.
I was excited to go down to Florida to some store that we go sometimes when we visit, and they have Taylor ham in their case, which is great. Very, very hard to find down there, but
you have to search, but you can find it down there. Huh?
Jersey breakfast sandwich is Taylor ham, egg and cheese on a roll. You want salt, pepper, and ketchup, or do you want butter?
Yeah.
Whatever.
This is how you know if someone's really from New Jersey. If somebody's spying you, you just walk up to you want TEC SPK.
Yeah.
If you know what that means, you're in. If you don't know what it means, espionage. You're getting dragged out Russia style. You know you're up to something. So TEC, Taylor ham, egg, cheese, SPK, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Breakfast of champions, definitely.
Excellent. How did this Paul? How did this whole thing happen? You started this magazine, or tell us about the origins.
Well, the magazine's been around for a long time, and a good friend of mine was the publisher before me.
Right. Okay.
And he had suggested at one point that I take over. He took over his family business. Someone else was in the middle that was also running things and had other obligations. So he said, "Why don't you do it?" Because we had been in advertising before that, and he said, "You go to all these restaurants and you love food," and so he got me into it, and I started doing it about 8 years ago. So it's been pretty good. I eat out like seven days a week.
So you really, and you hit up a lot of the new places. I'm sure. Any favorite new places that have popped up that you might want to let people know about?
Become a regular at is a place called LeBlanc Steak in Hillsdale, which is a unique thing because in New Jersey, it's a Brazilian rodizio steakhouse,
right.
And all you could eat, very good. And most of those places are found in Ironbound section of Newark. So this was nice. It took over what used to be the Golden Dynasty Chinese restaurant. A lot of people were familiar with, and they closed. And it's been vacant for a while. These people just opened up. It's a great place. Have a bar, great, picanha and filet mignon, and all you could eat. Just sit there. And great salad bar. Really good place. And they're going to be joining us at our expo next week. So it'll be good people.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. So all you can eat, and I'm sure Matty enjoyed those all you can eat places.
No, I love them. First and foremost, the food is great. Second, I haven't been kicked out yet.
Hasn't happened yet.
I would have kicked me out already.
Yeah.
And very much what Paul said. So usually here, the Portuguese and the Brazilian district, you and I have spoken about it when we talk about Krug's, is down in Newark, down in the Ironbound district. And that's where that food is usually you're going to get. I mean, there's some stray fogo de chão, there's the chain places, but you're not going to get a place like this in our part of New Jersey. So it's a blessing, I think, to have that up here. And like I said, if you haven't had picanha, it's kind of like a top shell steak. It's delicious. It has a very, very much its own taste, its own kind of consistency. Great stuff. Stuff that other people love. If you've never had pineapple done on a spit, I brought my buddy of mine that I've known for almost 30 years up there, and he literally almost had a full pineapple. So kind of stuff that you don't see everywhere all the time.
Yeah. Linguiça, like sausage, and they have chicken wrapped in bacon. Again, the bacon. But all the meats are very simple, just salted, and they're just thrown. They come right out of the fire. The gaucho brings it right to your table, slices it right in front of you. You have a little tweezers that you just hold up as he slices it up with. It's great. And the big chains are good. Fogo de chão is very good too. But the Blonde is nice because it's a smaller, more intimate, and family owned and operated, and just nicer, to go to. I enjoy going to family owned places. More local.
Yeah, exactly. It goes back into the whole thing we always keep cementing into everybody's head that without community places, there's no community. And these guys are great for the community. Again, good people, great food. Definitely a great new addition. Speaking of new stuff that's coming up, mutual friend of ours, Mr. Robert Austin Cho, who owns Kimchi.
Yes.
I don't know if this is good or bad, but he's opening up a new place within the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's literally a pogo stick ride away from me. So I'm probably changing my name to Fatty Rock instead of Matty Rock.
Great
We
food,
know,
great food. We, you know, he recently had his food truck at the show, and there was an outdoor fair in Ridgewood. Just a preview of what he has. I mean, people that didn't know from Westwood already got to try some of his food. Great. I mean, he does, besides the typical barbecue, now he's doing pastrami, which is crazy. And slow cook, melts like butter. Great pastrami.
Yep, your next trip into to NJ, I highly suggest, Tom, you and Annabelle bring stretchy pants.
Oh yeah, no, that's we already know it's not a bad idea to do that. That's great. So be watching for that one as well. Any questions for Paul or Matty or myself? Ask them below. I already see some good people watching, sharing this. I guess another thing would probably be good to talk about is, you know, coming out. I mean, obviously, of some of the challenges of the pandemic. I mean, there still are. I mean, in restaurants, in hospitality, what's that looking like in Jersey, and how can we, as you know, those that like to support local, help that?
As the supply, you're going to see still a lot of supply chain stuff. Like I said, Paul sees it even more than I do because he's going with the magazine. So if there's anything that both of us could say together, is be patient. Trust me. This is what I tell people all the time. Consider going to buy a car. A salesman wants to make sales, right? So if you don't have a product, you can't make the sale. So be careful when you're walking into some of these restaurants and beating up the ownership or beating up the wait staff. Trust me, they want you to have what you enjoy to keep themselves open. They want to be able to service you, and they want to be able to sell you the things that they like. But unfortunately, the ripple effect of what's going on now with the supply chain has been ugly. And it's been experienced everywhere. And, you know, it's experienced nationally, locally, everywhere. It's ongoing.
People just have to be more patient, and they have to be more understanding and care, you know, loving to their fellow business owners. You know, these people got hit so hard, and now, you know, everything, like we're talking about, the supply chain is so tight, you can't get things, and when you can get them, they're very expensive. So meat prices are up 30-something%. You know, so you know, go to your supermarket and see what your bill is. You know, it used to be $200-300, now it's like $400 or $500. So you know, it ripple effect. Everyone's affected by it, and people will still go into a restaurant. They'll spend money on lots of crazy things, but go to a restaurant, they see that you charge them too much for a tomahawk steak. You know, what do you expect? You know, I mean, so you want to eat right. I mean, they're not making greater profits. Their margins are tighter now. So everyone thinks they're making they're gouging, and some people are gouging. There's certain things where there's exceptions, but most people aren't, and they have a problem. Staffing is the problem. A lot of people are very tight with staffing, and hard to find people. Hard to find, you know. Even our magazine, I couldn't find paper. With the new issue, I'm embarrassed to say we have this really sort of a crappy quality paper, but it was either that or not published. So I even put a little bit of an apology in my publisher's note. But you know, that was it. And we're paying more for the crappier paper than we could for the better quality paper.
So the paper was tougher to find, huh?
Even now, I have to order like in advance. We're trying to, and they still can't. They have people trying to source paper. It's not easy to get. And some of the companies that printed paper for magazines are now, because of so many people buying online, they're switching their company. They're making more cardboard boxes and packaging. Packaging is more profitable. So.
Oh wow! So it's not necessarily.
There's so many.
It's the cardboard boxes causing the paper to be more expensive.
Well, I get it in a sense. In my case, you know, some of the people that they used to get their paper from stopped making it for other people to make boxes.
Wow. Well, you got to check it out. You can check it out online. You can check it out the paper copies as well. DiningOutJersey.com and check out what's happening there.
Also, if I can mention, we also
please. I want you to.
We have a show coming up. It's the second annual Dining Out Jersey Foodie Expo, which brings together, you know, some of the top restaurants in northern Jersey. You know, anything from great mom and pops, small shops, celebrity chef. You know, David Burke just opened 1776 in Morristown. You know, in addition to San Cubano and Ventanas in Fort Lee. And then you have places like Bazzarelli's, one of my favorite places also in Moonachie. Segovia's, Spanish food. Robert Cho will be there with Kimchi Smoke.
See Iachetti, I believe, again. Right?
Iachetti's Kitchen, John Iacchetti, great guy. So I hate to feel like I'm missing people. So I'm like rambling more. Lefke's and Anglo Eclipse, great Greek food. Matutos, Brazilian. There's just so many different places, different genres of food. And Let's Meet Steakhouse is very good. We have wine, so a few wine brands are going to be there giving tastings of their wines. Spirits companies, we'll have Crown Royal.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
And this is all happening next week.
this coming Thursday.
This coming Thursday, and people can learn about it on your website.
Yes, the terrace at Biagio's, which is in Paramus, and
Yep.
Biagio's also obviously attending. They're a great restaurant in Paramus as well. Great people, great family, and their venue's great. Just to have events, weddings, and other things. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice. And there still is, if people want to come, there still are tickets. There's still
Right.
room.
Live, yeah.
So you can go to diningoutnewjersey.com to get tickets.
Diningoutjersey.com or Eventbrite, and if you look online at different on Instagram, sometimes there'll be some promo codes floating around out there too.
And that's again happening this coming Thursday. Is that the 14th?
Thursday the 14th from 6 to 10 p.m.
Ooh, just a feast, just all kinds of good local delights.
Definitely come on.
And Paul decided had it. He invited me and Mr. Sanj Patel. So Sanj will be there. I'll come here, Sanj. I think he's typing away something. He's writing like these historical things. What are we doing there, Sanj? So
They have a great rooftop too, so that's really good.
So we'll be able to be popping cigars at the rooftop. So Sanj will be there.
Sanj will be there.
So for everybody attending, they will get to try one stick. And then Sanj, once you smoke it, we know that you'll love it. So Sanj will also be there selling SP 1014s.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a good way to top off the evening right there.
And we want to thank Sanj also for his philanthropy, because he's making a donation. He'll be involved also. We're doing a silent auction for the Center for Food Action in New Jersey. So that's always going to be good. And we thank both these guys for their participation. So.
And again, event, again, where always keeps community in mind. The event itself obviously is centered around it and local businesses, but the importance of giving back to people in need. Again, the call is there. So if everybody goes out and donates whatever you can and do something for the cause, again, we stand by what we say about the importance of community. So the event in itself is really, a nice hyper local thing for all of us together in the community. Everybody's wares to help people that are in need, to make sure nobody goes hungry. And again, there's not enough good things I could say about it. Biagio's is a beautiful place. We've done events there in the past, over the years. They've always treated us very well. And again, they also have great dining facilities. They have a great catering hall. So do your diligence, do a little bit of studying. Anyone who has any questions on the event, either reach out to Paul, myself, Sanj. We'll be able to fill you in with some details. Biagio's literally 2-3 miles away from my house, so I could give you the backdrop and everything else. Paul, if you really want to talk about it. Yeah. Close enough. I will probably, it's true, I'll probably be at the bench first before going there, to psych myself a little party, have a couple extra Starbucks because it's across the street, get being going so I could do some bobbing and weaving. But remember, go out, diningoutjersey.com. And Paul, is that the best place to get you on Instagram? What's the best place for everybody out there to get in touch with you?
I mean, you could do that, or you could DM me at diningoutnj, which is our Instagram. Diningoutnj at diningoutnj.
At Dining Out NJ, and that's on Instagram right there. Yep. That's where to find them. Follow everything they're doing, and make sure you.
Yep, definitely follow, because, like I said, even if you're not here with us in New Jersey, Paul's been branching out. Going to start doing things further down south. People are coming into town for the weekend. You're really going to be able to go look at his Instagram. You're going to see a whole bunch of different local.
Big road trips sometimes.
Exactly. You're doing your road trip. You're going to know where to come to, what foods. And again, ask Paul, ask myself, ask Sanj, and we'll put you in the right direction with all.
Like Franklin's Barbecue is a recent one. That in Austin, Texas. Yeah. Once in a while, go out. We call it Beyond the Border, or
Kind of like when we do the Around the Block with Matty Rock. So same. So follow Dining Out and Jay and Paul, and like I said, you're really going to see a great local flavor of New Jersey. And like I said, not just the new places, but places that have been staples in the community.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead, please.
Bourbon to it. We can do anything. We welcome any kind of collaborations with.
I love it. I'd love to do some sort of tasting or pairing of New Jersey food and bourbons. I love it.
Tom Fischer on the spot, but we're putting Tom Fischer on the spot. See, damn you live recordings.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Hey, speaking of flavor, what's everybody smoking over there? What are you guys having?
Paul and I are knocking out some of the SP 1014s. We've got the Lanceros going over here. Like I said, did my usual pinch test, and again with the perfect burn. Like I said, anybody who's going to be joining us at Paul's event on Thursday is going to get to try one themselves. And like I said, so much flavor. Like I said, so much of the natural sweetness. Because again, I'll let Sanj explain it better. But you have that aged 5, 6, and 7 year tobaccos, Dominican Puro. So you're going to get that richness on there. You're going to get hints of raisin, a little bit of woodsy smoothness, and natural sweetness. And I think we'll have Sanj chew in there. Did I get everything?
Absolutely. Very nice.
See, you can teach a monkey things.
You can.
Well,
and we love the SP 1014s, and of course we had them last week, Sanj, as we had the Sensei John Kreese on from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. I loved smoking that last week. Right now I'm having the Savage Feast, Major Pravada.
And speaking of Thursday, as soon as I'm done at the event there, I will be seeing Tom in Pennsylvania. So we'll be going from there directly out to the Drew Estate Barn Smoker out in Pennsylvania, nice. Out in Lancaster. So Tom and I will be interviewing and talking to people from out there. It could be a whole bunch of Drew Estate people. Our good friend Ed Randolph from Chopped is doing the cooking out there. Sean, if you're listening, Sean will be out there working, slinging some stuff with Ed. So it'll be good times.
You have a whole schedule of that, right? The Drew Estates too.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Are there still tickets left? We'll put that up there. Or do you think there are? I'll put it up there just in case.
Well, I have not checked to see if
just in case, go to barnsmoker.com.
But if you guys and gals go to barnsmoker.com, this one, like I said, is in the Lancaster, PA area. We'll be visiting a farm where some of that tobacco is used directly in Drew Estate products. So you're going to get to learn about how that's used in wet sticks. And like I said, it's going to be a blast. And unlike 3 years ago, where it was 100 degrees, it'll only be a balmy 85. So I mean, it's gonna feel nice and cool. I might even wear a giant fleece or snuggly to celebrate the occasion.
And will the snuggly, will it have the Playboy like centerfold on it too? There.
I like how you think, Tom. So now you know what? I don't currently have my current cachet of clothes, but now I'm probably going to go looking.
He's going to work. He's going to work on that. Absolutely.
My buddy suit, but that's just horrifying.
Hey, speaking of food, what are you guys going to conquer any feast tonight there later, or have you already been eating today? The three of you.
I'm just getting tired of feeding us. Never. No, Sanja. Actually, I've already eaten at a place you and I have gone to. So I was at Pizziolo. My boys out there. I was at Pizziolo's earlier today. So I had my rigatoni alla siciliana. A little bit of eggplant in there, garlic, mozzarella, crumbled sausage.
Oh,
yeah, there we go. See, that's one of my jams.
Yeah.
But if you want to know what I had, I was at Fiori's in Hoboken, which is a pretty famous place. Yeah. I had a long sandwich with fresh mozzarella, which they're famous for. Best mozzarella in Hoboken.
Oh man,
arguable, but.
They fight both for that.
They do.
So he doesn't know right now they're brawling. Like Vito's Deli. Yeah. So he just created
but
a brawl.
It is very good, I'll say. And then with prosciutto, salami, roasted peppers, and sun-dried tomatoes with a little balsamic. I got yelled at that by my wife when I came home. What are you eating this for? But I had to eat it anyway. I ate 2 halves, one at a time. That's all.
That's it. That's well. You know, I'm an opponent of that. That gets the whole well done.
I like it. And Sanj, anything later?
Maybe, yeah. All day I had nothing. We're doing a charity event in the back.
I know you've been working hard.
Yeah, so one of our friends passed away. Unfortunate death. We decided to raise money for a granddaughter.
That is wonderful.
We're giving everything today, and there's a lot of people, you know. And this is something was decided real quick, and still a success. So, you know, we're blessed.
Absolutely. Well, hey, it's good to see all of you. It's great to be. I know the last couple weeks. Well, it's been a couple weeks since we've seen Sanj. Good to see you, Sanj and Paul. Great to have you on the show, and can't wait to meet up with you and do some sort of bourbon pairing with some great cuisine in New Jersey.
That'd be great. Thank you.
So we know a guy behind us who has ample space to do that. So, like I said, we'll all put our heads together. Like I said, everybody is happy to be back out, and I'm sure it'll be charity themed. Sanj has already got some stuff cooking in his brain that we'll release a little bit later about some of the things that we want to do between now and the end of the year. Sanj is we'll have another show you how much Sanj has now done in the back, even since you've last been here, Tom. So more space.
Oh, amazing.
Out the back bay area where you saw we've done shows before. Also worked on that. So like I said, probably I would say another 50 to 60 people occupants by moving all that stuff around. And again, outdoors and stuff. So people, anyone who's listening, if there's a charitable event that you'd like to do and you'd like to do it here, talk to Sanj. We have Paul to help us with what we're doing and back. So again, anything that you could think of, we have our chefs that want to help you, the restaurants, and like I said, do it the community way. That's why we're doing the show today. Show you it's all about New Jersey strong.
That's right.
Before, so showing a little bit of the New Jersey strong love right here.
That's right. And wherever you are, whether it's Jersey, wherever you are, it's always support the local, support the local restaurants, right?
Yeah, and they, like I said, after what everybody's been through, and now they're going through the labor crunch. They're going through what you and I are going through at the supermarket and seeing prices skyrocketing. So again, I preach patience, everything else. Give everybody a break. Like I said, and you'll know if you're actually being gouged, you'll know it. And if not, be calm. We know what's going on out there.
Yeah, good. No, those are good words of wisdom. Paul, Sanj, Matty, everybody, again, thanks for joining us. It's good to see all of you. And again, that website to go to, diningoutjersey.com, and the event again is listed. If you're able to attend next Thursday, July 14th, tell us the time again, Paul.
6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
6 to 10 p.m. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks to everybody watching, and we will see you again here soon on Cigar Saturday Live.
I will, and it'll be the Around the Block with Matty Rock with Tom.
That's right. Cheers.
Much love, everybody.
Much love.